Faking disabilities, the darkest deepfake trend. Yet warning, this video will focus on the disturbing rise of AI-generated pornography and fetish content that mimics disabilities like Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, and other vulnerable identities, without consent, dignity, or oversight. It will expose how AI creators are exploiting human empathy and marginalization for profit and fetish appeal in a completely unregulated space. Watch with discretion and not with children in the room. Welcome back. I'm Adeline Atlas, 11-time published author, and this is Sex Tech, the rise of artificial intimacy. In this, we're confronting one of the most disturbing trends to emerge from the unchecked explosion of AI-generated content: deepfake pornography featuring simulated disabilities. Not just non-consensual use of real people's faces, not just fantasy augmentation, but AI-crafted sexual content that mimics the facial characteristics, speech patterns, and behavioral traits of people with Down syndrome, autism, cerebral palsy, and other neurodevelopmental or physical conditions. This is not representation. It is not inclusion. It is exploitation, designed for fetish markets, monetized on the open internet, and protected by legal gray zones that allow digital perversion to thrive in the absence of real-world accountability. Let's be clear. We are not talking about actors with disabilities creating adult content by choice. We are talking about AI engines, deepfake generators, fabricating the likeness of vulnerable populations into pornographic simulations, often without any tie to real individuals, which makes prosecution virtually impossible. These simulations are made to look and sound like someone with a developmental disability, but they are not based on a specific person. That's how the creators hide. It's not based on a real individual, they argue. It's just code. But that doesn't make it any less violating, because what's being sold isn't sex. It's synthetic humiliation. The programmed reenactment of power over those who, in the real world, are most in need of protection. This is a form of digital abuse, and it's spreading. On forums, paid content sites, and even social media platforms with lax moderation, creators are posting videos of AI-generated women with facial features or speech meant to mimic Down syndrome, accompanied by slurred voices and infantilized behavior. These are not accidents. The content is clearly labeled to target specific fetishes: slow girl, special needs girlfriend, mentally challenged student. AI is being used to create characters that simulate disability in order to sexualize vulnerability, and the market is growing. Where did this come from? The fetishization of disability is not new. In the adult industry, there has long been a niche undercurrent of devotees, people aroused by physical or cognitive disabilities. What's new is the scale, realism, and detachment enabled by AI. In the past, this was confined to roleplay or low-quality videos. Today, anyone with a laptop and minimal skill can generate hyper-realistic porn featuring avatars who appear disabled, emotionally unaware, or developmentally delayed. These videos are disturbingly easy to make and nearly impossible to trace, and that makes them perfect for an unregulated internet economy where attention equals profit. The implications are horrifying. First, it sends a message that people with disabilities are not human beings, but programmable objects for fantasy. Second, it trains users, many of them young, to associate cognitive impairment with sexual availability and powerlessness. And third, it normalizes a predatory gaze, encouraging arousal not from connection, but from domination over perceived inferiority. Let's talk about legality. In most countries, AI-generated porn is not considered illegal if it doesn't depict a real person. That includes childlike characters, disability simulations, and other morally reprehensible creations. Why? Because the law was built around human victims. But AI exploitation operates in a different domain. It exploits symbolic targets, people groups, identities, and likenesses that may not be traced to a single individual, but still carry the weight of shared human dignity. There is no legal term for deepfake disability porn, and so it floats in a legal vacuum, immune to takedown notices, untouched by child exploitation laws, and hidden under layers of anonymity. Platforms hosting these videos often rely on user reporting systems that are slow, ineffective, and easily bypassed by code modifications. Some content is disguised under alternate spellings or euphemisms, like SLZOW girl or extra needs fantasy, which helps it escape automated detection. And even when videos are removed, they're quickly re-uploaded under different names or transferred to decentralized networks. Now imagine being a young woman with Down syndrome, navigating the internet for the first time, only to find videos that look like you, sound like you, being simulated into degrading, sexualized behavior. Even if it's not you personally, the psychological trauma is real. The internalized shame, the confusion, the sense that your very existence has been reduced to a caricature of consentlessness. That's not just offensive, that's soul-deforming. But this issue goes beyond disability. It reveals something deeper about what AI is doing to our collective morality. Because AI doesn't have a conscience. It doesn't draw a line. It generates what is fed into it. And right now, humanity is feeding it our darkest instincts: fetishes of domination, submission, infantilization, and predation. We're not just building machines that simulate desire. We're building machines that codify dehumanization. This trend also speaks volumes about the state of sexual consciousness. Instead of seeking connection, intimacy, or mutuality, users are training their arousal around unresisting, unaware, and unwell avatars. That's not kink. That's a blueprint for behavioral collapse. It shapes what people expect from partners. It rewires what people find attractive. And it creates an emotional tolerance for harm, because the object of desire has been programmed to never resist, never understand, and never speak back. We should be deeply alarmed by how easily this is spreading. AI pornography used to require high-level tools and tech skill. Now it's drag and drop. Plug in your character parameters, choose voice tone, select body type, and decide how disabled the behavior should appear. The interface offers sliders for slurred speech, reduced vocabulary, slow reaction times. You can literally customize a digital person's cognitive impairment for sexual satisfaction. If that doesn't make your stomach turn, you're not paying attention. And again, this isn't just about creators, it's about consumers. Every click, every download, every view trains the algorithm to produce more. The demand shapes the supply. And the more we allow this content to circulate unchallenged, the more we tell young users, this is normal, this is fine, this is acceptable. But it's not. This is not art. This is not exploration. This is algorithmic abuse, and it's happening in broad daylight. So what can be done? First, the tech platforms hosting this content need to be held criminally accountable. If AI simulations depicting childlike, cognitively impaired, or physically disabled avatars are being monetized, there must be legal consequences. Even without a real victim, the social harm is enormous. Second, governments need to establish new legal categories that reflect the unique dangers of symbolic exploitation. Just because an AI creation isn't real doesn't mean it isn't harmful. We need new frameworks that treat certain classes of simulated pornography as inherently predatory. Third, we must challenge the cultural cowardice that allows this to go unspoken. Too many journalists, educators, and institutions avoid the topic because it's too dark or too fringe. But silence only fuels growth. This content thrives in shameful corners. The only way to stop it is to bring it into the light, expose it, confront it, and build moral consensus that it crosses a line no technology should ever cross. And finally, we must protect the humanity of those whose likeness is being commodified. People with disabilities are not your fantasy object. They are not here to teach you domination. They are not your code to modify, your file to download, or your avatar to exploit. They are sacred. Full stop. This video isn't just about AI. It's about what happens when human darkness is mechanized, automated, and scaled. It's about the death of empathy, the desecration of innocence, the turning of technology toward our weakest, not to lift them, but to simulate their degradation. This is not freedom. This is rot. And if we don't act now, this won't just be a fringe trend. It will become a normalized perversion of identity, marketed as fantasy, but rooted in collective emotional collapse. This is sex tech, the rise of artificial intimacy. And this is what happens when deepfakes cross the final line, and we let it happen. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing, and no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deepfakes plus AI clones, the replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans, the merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to understand the future before it's implemented on you.